Imagine you're standing in a dealership in 1990. You've got a briefcase, classic 90s style, with exactly $100,000 in cash. Back then, you weren't just well off, you were a king. That money didn't just buy a car, it bought the pinnacle of human engineering. You were looking at the keys to a brand new Porsche 911 Turbo or even the legendary Acura NSX, with change left over for a brick-sized cell phone. Now, fast forward to today, 2025. You walk into a dealership with that same $100,000. What does it get you? Well, it's complicated. In 1990, $100K was rockstar money. In 2025, it's basically the price of a well-equipped family SUV or a base model sports car that's missing the carbon fiber package. Today, we're breaking down the ultimate automotive identity crisis. We're looking at what $100,000 actually bought you in the era of cassettes and pop-up headlights versus what it buys you in the world of TikTok and self-driving sensors. The results? Honestly, they're kind of depressing, but also kind of amazing. Let's dive in. Before we look at the cars, we have to talk about the I word, inflation. This is the boring math part, but trust me, it's the most mind-blowing. If you take $100,000 from 1990 and adjust it for the purchasing power of 2025, that money is actually worth about $245,000 today. Think about that. When you spent $100K in 1990, you were essentially spending $250,000 in today's money. No wonder the cars were so insane. Today, if you want that same tier of car, something that represents the absolute cutting edge, you're looking at a McLaren or a high-end Lamborghini. But for this video, we aren't adjusting for inflation. We're sticking to the raw number, $100,000 then versus $100,000 now. It's a battle of new money versus old legend. Okay, let's go back. It's 1990. You've got your $100K. What are you driving home? First up, the car that changed everything, the Acura NSX. In 1990, this thing retailed for about $62,000. You could buy an NSX, a garage to put it in, and a jet ski for $100K. This was the car that made Ferrari realize they actually had to make their cars reliable. It was developed with help from Ayrton Senna. It was an all-aluminum masterpiece. For $100K, you were getting the most advanced car on the planet. But maybe you wanted something German. The Porsche 911 Turbo, 964. In 1990, the MSRP was right around $95,000. This was the Widowmaker, no traction control, a massive turbocharger that kicked in like a mule, and that iconic whale tail. For $100K, you were getting the flagship, the fastest, meanest thing Porsche made. If you weren't into racing, you were probably looking at the Mercedes-Benz 560 ECC. This was the ultimate boss car. It cost about $82,000. It had heated seats, seatbelt presenters that handed you your belt, and a V8 that felt like a private jet on wheels. In 1990, $100,000 didn't just buy you a nice car, it bought you the hero car. You were at the top of the food chain. Now let's look at 2025. You walk onto a lot with $100,000. You're feeling rich, right? Well, keep your expectations in check. The gold standard for $100K today is arguably the Corvette C8. Now, the base price might say $70K, but by the time you add the Z51 performance package, front lift suspension, and some nice interior stitching, you are staring $95,000 right in the face. The crazy thing? Performance-wise, this car destroys the 1990 Porsche 911 Turbo. It's faster, it handles better, and it has Apple CarPlay. But is it special? There's a C8 on every street corner. In 1990, a 911 Turbo was a literal event. Then there's the BMW M3. A 2025 M3 competition starts at around $85,000. Once you add those carbon bucket seats, which let's be honest, you're gonna want, you're at $105,000. In 1990, the M3 was a $35,000 enthusiast car. Today, it's a six-figure luxury monster. It's got 500 plus horsepower, but it also weighs as much as a small house. And we can't forget the EVs. For $100,000, you can get a Tesla Model S Plaid or a Lucid Air Touring. These cars have more screens than your living room and can do 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. It's space-age tech, sure, but does it feel like a $100,000 experience? Or does it feel like an iPad with wheels? Let's get real. If we put a 1990 flagship against a 2025 budget luxury car, who wins? On paper, 2025 wins every single time. A modern Honda Civic Type R would probably give a 1990 Ferrari a run for its money. Technology has moved so fast that speed has become cheap. But here's the truth: soul. In 1990, 100K bought you a car that felt alive. You had to drive it. If you messed up, the car didn't save you, it sent you into a hedge. There was a connection to the machinery. In 2025, 100K buys you a car that is digitally perfect. It's faster, safer, and more comfortable, but is it more fun? Look at the interiors. In 1990, 100K got you real wood, thick leather, and buttons that felt like they were made by a watchmaker. In 2025, 100K gets you a massive glass screen and a lot of sustainable synthetic materials, which is a fancy word for plastic. You're paying for software updates and sensor arrays, not hand-stitched leather. Here is where the comparison gets really spicy. Let's talk about what happens after you buy the car. In 1990, if your Porsche broke, you took it to a guy named Hans, who had been fixing Porsches for 40 years. It was mechanical, it was expensive, but it was understandable. In 2025, if your 100K BMW has a sensor glitch in the active lane keep assist, you can't just fix it. You have to replace a $4,000 radar module and have a software engineer recalibrate the entire car. And don't even get me started on insurance. Insuring a $100,000 car in 2025 is a nightmare. Between the cost of parts and the insane labor rates at dealerships, your monthly insurance premium might cost as much as a 1990 car payment. So what's the final verdict? If you want to feel like a superstar, if you want to own a piece of history that makes people stop and stare, 1991. That $100,000 made you a legend. It bought you a car that was built to last 50 years. But if you actually have to drive to work every day, if you want to survive a car accident, if you want to go 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds without breaking a sweat, 2025 is the winner. The sad truth is that $100,000 just doesn't buy special anymore. It buys very nice. To get that 1990 wow factor today, you need to be spending $300,000. But hey, I want to hear from you. If I handed you a check for $100,000 right now, are you heading to the classic car auction to find a mint NSX? Or are you walking into the Chevy dealership for a brand new Z06? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see if you value soul or speed. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It tells the YouTube algorithm that you actually have good taste in cars. And if you want to see more deep dives into the world of automotive history and modern-day madness, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.